Hey, thanks for watching this video. Today we are going to be talking a little bit about what makes a request really good and effective and clear for the writer, and how to get the blogs that you want for your own company. So today I'm going to show you with an example of a request I'm submitting that's actually going to go up on our own blog shortly. So you'll get to see this video and the blog post that came from this request. So first I'm going to go right over here and click the green Create Request button. And next, it's time for me to put in my title. So the title for this topic is going to be everything you need to know about Yoast. Yoast is a really popular SEO plugin that a lot of our clients use, just to kind of give their content a little extra oomph, and it would be great for us to be able to have a guide to what it is and how to use it on our website. So it's going in the title. And next up is the description. So this is going to be pretty long. I have one already made actually that I've written, and so I'm gonna go ahead and paste that right in here, and then we are gonna go over why this is a good request, what makes it a good request, and how you can use that in your own strategy. So first, I say this will be a post on our blog to educate readers about what Yoast is, some pros and cons, and how to use it on WordPress to improve your content's SEO results. I also need to add a space there. There's Grammarly coming in clutch. We love to see it. Here's what I'm thinking for the outline. Feel free to tweak it if you think of something better. So the reason this introduction is great is it gives the writer an overview of what this piece is and what the goals are, and it also voices that I'm flexible, I'm okay with some different things, but I do have this outline and I'd like it to be pretty much followed unless they come up with something better. So that's why it's a good introduction. Then beyond that, you can see the outline. So some people love to give outlines, some not so much, but it is a really clear, concise way to let your writer know, hey, this is what I'm looking for. This is kind of my idea of what this post should look like when it's completed. And so you can see in mine, introduction with a hook, something to get the readers engaged, how Yoast works, who it's made for, pros and cons, how to get the most out of Yoast if you decide to use it, and then bonus points if they include some screenshots or examples of what that would look like. Yoast alternatives, and a conclusion. So this is a pretty long outline for an 800-word piece, which is what this is going to be, but I mentioned later on the bullet points for body paragraphs are in order of priority, so you can use them or leave a couple of the final paragraphs out if it will be too long. We're flexible on the word count, so if it's a little short or long, that's fine, but we do want to keep it between 600 and 1200 words. So this is also an important part of including an outline, giving them a little bit of context of, hey, here's what you can cut if it's getting too long, but here are some things you can include, and whether or not you're flexible on the word count. Some people are like, I just want something on this topic. However long it needs to be to address it thoroughly is fine. Whereas for other blog posts, you might say, no, for the best SEO results, I need exactly this length. This is really important. Whichever it is fine, and we can absolutely work within it, but it's a good idea to note that in your requests, especially early on while your writer is still learning about what you need. Next, our audience is beginners who are using WordPress, may or may not be experienced bloggers, and want to improve their SEO but don't know where to start. So this is another thing that's really important to include, especially early on in your account. As you go on and you get more used to what the writer writes like, and they learn more about you and your brand, you might not need to include as many audience notes. But if you're within your first month or two of our service, or if you are an agency or you have other clients or multiple businesses, so your writer is going to be creating content for multiple brands, it's really a good idea to include a little note like this that just kind of explains who this is going to be targeted for so they can write accordingly. If I didn't include that note, it's totally possible that they could target this more toward agency owners, more toward lifestyle bloggers on any website platform. There's a lot of different things about the wording and the voice and the topics and backlinks used that will be targeted specifically to this audience because I've noted it. So it's really important to include that. Next, we do want an image, and there will be a box for me to check that later on, preferably one that has a person in it on a device of some sort that seems to be in a good mood. So again, sharing your vision for the piece. If you really don't care what the image is, as long as you have something to post with it, that's fine. You can just say that or not say anything, and we'll include some sort of royalty-free image with the piece if you check the box. But if you already have a vision, you already have an idea of, hey, this is really what I want this to look like, this is the image I'm going for, it's a good idea to include a note of that so that the writer can keep that in mind during their search. Next up, as far as data, numbers would be great if you have them. No need to get super niche info, but something like X% of bloggers using Yoast saw Y results type of data would be great. And again, this is a really good note to include, just letting them know, hey, this is what I'm looking for in your research. Some people prefer quotes, some people prefer stats, some people prefer a combination of both. None of them are wrong, but different people have different preferences. So if you have one, this is a great place to put it. I'm also going to add one more note here saying the CTA at the end of the blog, CTA means call to action, should be something along the lines of, for more tips to improve your SEO, book a call with one of our specialists here, with a link to this page. And then I'm going to link our demo page. So that's the bulk of the request, and the rest of it, for the most part, is checking boxes. So blog post, want it to be around 800 words, which is the default if you don't select any, and then links to relevant information. Now, I do actually have a link that I want the writer to pull from in this post, so I'm going to go ahead and add that right here. And as far as SEO keywords, I do have a few. If you're not sure which keywords you want to rank for, SEMrush is a great tool to track some down, or you can ask your writer for feedback. But these are the two we want for this post. And then I do want them to include a free stock photo. And I'm going to click submit. And just like that, I've submitted that request. And now all I have to do is keep an eye on the discussion section to answer any questions the writer may have during the process and wait for my piece to be delivered. Got questions on why this is a great request or how to use it for yourself? Just hit reply to this email, drop a comment, do whatever you're going to do, reach out to us, and we will be happy to help. Have a great day.